People used to think my dad and I have a sexual relationship. What?
Are you ready?
I was suffering from depression, and then became worried for what's happening in my life. So, going out to people.
Unboxed and Unfiltered Season 2. A season like no other.
This is the first time you're trying prawns.
The Unboxed and Unfiltered Restaurant Tour.
Welcome to the Unboxed and Unfiltered Podcast, a podcast where real conversations are had. Welcome back, guys, or should it be you guys that are welcoming us back? We've been gone for a while, but we're back for our second season, the Unboxed and Unfiltered Restaurant Tour. We'll be going around Maseru trying different restaurants, because how are you guys still going to the same places when you want to get good food? Like, how are you still going to Maseru and Pioneer when there's so many places around town that have amazing food in a great atmosphere, and might I add, they are Basotho-owned. So today we're at Delicacy Treats. It's a restaurant that's located at Maseru East, not too far from Basotho-owned. You know that little suburban area. Delicacy Treats is a restaurant that is focused on seafood. That's what we'll be having today, and Omali says he hasn't tried seafood, so it's going to be very interesting. That is all I can say. So anyway, like I've already said, in studio with me today, not in studio with me today is Omali, Themba, and Mahali Thabanamahlanya. Omali is an artist that does not need any introduction, but for our international viewers, Omali is an Afro-pop artist, and he has hits like Well and Mahali. And basically just released an EP called Dikindi. It's an amazing EP. You can get it on all streaming platforms, so I urge you to check it out. Mahali Thabanamahlanya, on the other hand, is the daughter to the late Disua, but she built her prominence in the entertainment industry by showcasing her cultural heritage via videos that she recorded of herself singing along to songs by local Famo and hip-hop artists. On top of that, she's a host and an event MC. So yeah, before we get right into our conversation, I just want to remind you guys that we release an episode once a month, and they air on Scalfa HD every last Thursday of the month before we release them on YouTube. Scalfa HD is an online radio platform, so you can listen from anywhere in the world. You can access it on www.scalfahd.com. Yes, and remember to follow us on Facebook and on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our username on all platforms is Unboxed and Unfiltered. And we just want to thank you guys so much for your following and your viewership. In the last year that their podcast has existed, we've managed to amass 18,000 followers on Facebook, and that is thanks to you guys. And our highest viewed episodes on YouTube are at 20,000 views. So that is all because of you guys. Let's grow the family. Now we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I know we can do it because you guys got us this far. So yeah, let's get right into the conversation. Hi Omali, hi Mahadi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, and how are you?
Hello, me.
Okay. I'm good, Omali. So yeah, I just want you guys to get an introduction.
Yeah.
But I think the thing about people, when they become popular, they get so that's what gonna bring you back, right? So I just want to hear you guys' backstory. Like, I'll start with Mahali. Can you please tell us about your upbringing, where you grew up, and where your school and primary and high school, and then finally, how did we get to this point? You know, how did your interest in the entertainment industry develop?
Okay. Mahadi, ona soka ke batla qala pele ke santsane ke le Mahadi Khuduwe ke soka ke ba Mahadi Thabanamahlanya. Ke hlaetse Mafteng. Ho hlaela ha ka Mafteng ke holetse Mafteng until the age of 5. And then ke kene skolo primary ke etsa grade 1 very early. Haradieme primary, and then I had to move. So I had to move to SA. My dad onadula in SA, and then the family issues, and then we had to move to SA with my mom, Leanne. And then I fitla SA. I was doing grade 1, Lesotho mona, and then I fitla SA. What's about and stuff. And then ka fitla SA ka kena skolo Thabong Primary. From Thabong Primary last selimonyana fela, and then I moved to Sethabelo Primary because my dad was teaching there, so he wanted me to be closer to him. I want to monitor everything. And then I got high school listening technical From the setting technical, I don't really love the and the technology and stuff, maybe the kids and stuff. And then Gaya Lepola Secondary School. From Lepola Secondary School, I got grade 12 yaka in 2021. And then 2022, Gaya Valley University of Technology until today. So, from being Mahali, just Mahali, Kihote in a family along my dad was in the entertainment industry. So, there was nothing that I knew besides entertainment. So, Hana Gwenze in 2019, I don't really like the way music. Yes, music will have no look at the CDs and stuff, but I became interested into the technology. How about music on Spotify? How about co-manage and then ubine and I control everything. So okay, just it's a part-time and then o school. Then maybe after school, how school, so from 2019, in high school, I became his manager and then I was a model back then. So yeah. And then Hansaki manager into the high, everything was smooth, everything was fine. Until he decided already the name Thabanamahlanya, Kenye under myself, because people used to call him Lisua Thabanamahlanya. And then Hannah Gwenze Zamaya Kabana, you know what? Let me build. I really love this. I can't sing. So, entertainment industry. Let me try to find something I can do kara entertainment industry. And then kanka the name Thabanamahlanya so that people could recognize me easily. Next I will fella because already Unasan build it a stepping stone.
Exactly. Definitely.
So next I will fella let me take the name Thabanamahlanya so that people can recognize me. And then Mahali Thabanamahlanya from 2019 until date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can go to Omali. Can you tell us about your upbringing as well? You know, your background, little guy, or a school guy, primary to high school,
Yeah.
then finally how did you end up in music and why music?
Why music? Ke kgola lebitso la ka ke re Thabile casual nai. So le la casual ke iphile lona but as motho a dinyaka la hlae but ke la ka ke iphile lona. So ke hlahetse South Africa ntate wa ka ke Mzulu mme wa ka ke Mosotho. So ke hlahetse mo South Africa ka maemo jwalo but ke holetse Lesotho kwana and ho tleng hwa ka Lesotho mme wa ka o na tlile kwana a tlo tjhaka and then ausi wa hae which is my grandmother yaba o hana ha ke khutla lebitsong la hore ona ana le letswalo la hore ke tlo hola ke adapter lifestyle ya bana ba holetseng Gauteng hlomo se ke letsotsi se ke leng so yaba hlo khukela kwana se le bothata. That's how ke file Lesotho mona ke ditlo Lesotho mona primary ka ke kenetse mo Twinke di Gaweleng primary ka kena secondary school mo Twinke Mapetla secondary school and then high school ka kena mo Twinke St Joseph high school ka nyaganya la EMC nyana fela ka ba ka tloela. I think in the semester se le same fela ne ke sa mass communication. So ke tla potsong ya gona why music. So ke la ka gata music ka 2012 ne ke sa form B if not form 1. So I used to have bagotsi ba ka be lo reng ka class. Okay na ke seswaswe. So I used to like joking around and then there was this song by Skepsy Shuffle and the guy not keen and I get na ke mamotseba. So bagotsi back nna ke ne ke le Skips e mong ile Shuffle e mong ile Kane. So there was this song ke ne ke etsa verse ya Skips e mong etsa verse ya mama valova. So ke la ka rata mmino ha ke utlwisisa the word play batho bana ba yentseng ka mantswe a symbol but I loved how they played with words. So that's where Chisewaka Mune Shailin thing. So why music? Why music? Because hi esale ke khola ke bo nyaneng back ke ne motho a sokolang ka bousi. Like I couldn't approach but ba bousi ka tsele ba khotsi ba ka ma approach ka teng. Because they used to never use art, you understand? So I always wanted to have something it as a bousi ba nsheba ka po and easy way it as a ha ke fihla ho motho o si ke be le tsela e bonolo to get away with whatever I'm trying to do. So ke ne ke etsa music for banana ha ke qala, just to get recognition from girls up until ke bona hore okay, this is clearly working for me and in sebeletsa ho feta ka mokgone ke nana ho tla sebeletsa ka teng. So ke khethile music ka mabaka no, and then I didn't know I had talent. If I do, I didn't know. So ke nana hore ka bokgutshwane that's how I fell in love with music, and that's my upbringing. Yeah.
Okay. Basically your upbringing and how you end up in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one thing that I'm interested in going now. What do you guys think is the most interesting thing about you guys? Well, not the most. What is the most interesting thing about you?
For me, yeah. Well, now I'm such a good person, man. If how I'm talking about the palace, I'm such a good person in a sense already. Hanze ke le ka ho tla ka hare industry. Batho ba ne ba le famous kana go. I'm not going to name drop, but I want to say this. I think nobody gave us a shot. I can see you're trying something, but this is what we do. No, but like never. But when never had the reef. So with me, I wanted to change the whole narrative. I think I'm one guy who opened doors for so many guys. I'm one guy who say, my brothers, here's a pie. Let us all have a piece. So yeah, that is one thing I say it's interesting about me.
Okay, before I just want to know now why. I understand for the they keep it.
Yeah.
They didn't want to like a part of that platform that they had. And now to say no now when I'm bigger, but I will get this in the best. So Unana, what other challenges are there in the music industry? How do you make it like amongst artists and managers and whatever? But like as an industry, like getting the industry honestly, that's what there's a better chance for newer people. Even wasn't welcoming back with
the information. Okay. There are a lot of people that's about the business side of music.
Okay.
Most of us have the business side. So, but when I buy information, hi, if you do your money, like but Spotify is some pata. He has 12.3K listeners. Now, for instance, I actually hold anything at the streaming platforms. I just myself that gigi fail. So I think information. Share the information. You're doing good. You have good numbers, but this is how you can monetize. This is how you behave as an artist. Yada 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 yada. So, but I information.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And how can you tell us what most interesting about you is?
I'd say I'm a giver.
Okay.
If you can check out platform yak, I love everyone. I give everyone a part of my platform. Okay, Shabu, you are good. Let me give you space into platform yak. Come, let me promote you. So I'd say that's the most interesting thing about you.
Aren't they gonna took getting a hold on the industry back? It doesn't have to be in trade, anything that comes to your mind. What do you think is one thing that is holding the music industry back? How can I change that?
Well, as of Omali took words out of my mouth.
Okay.
So in terms of the artists, they don't want to learn or they don't have the time to learn. Most of them, well, 90% of them, if not 99%, but about only the studio part of music. They don't know the business side of the music. Because if you can check, most dead peanuts are when they're on Spotify and they don't even know when they fit on Spotify. Most of them basina they deal without even reading so can I example as the entertainment industry. The artists are on the influencers are on the podcast and everything. Like radio stations, podcasts, influencers, your artists, your strictly Lesotho musics, everything. If the baka services are together, move forward.
Okay. Okay, you guys make fair points. Yeah, for music, we'll get to other aspects of you guys. But to get to know you better outside of you being in the industry and doing music, of course. But for music, why did you?
Oh, that is so interesting. Every time I give because I get to give you guys how I think when it comes to my music and everything. Because maybe back. So I've always wanted to, say a big thank you to my mom. So so that's not the main reason why because I'm naming my EP after my mom. That's not enough because everybody's been doing the same. But I wanted to give it a meaning deeper than that. So I come from a household I have a dad but he's not around. But high. I don't know if you do understand. So I grew up with my mom being my mom and my dad at the same time. So yes, for as long as I can remember up until Thabanamahlanya. So with this EP, I wanted to paint a picture of a guy that I wish my mom would have met when she was younger. So I wanted to paint that romantic guy medically. And number two, from where I come from, you guys, I lived. Most people think I come from a family well off, and I come from trenches.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So mona mo kileng teng le mo ke yang ke bona tema so keledi tseo ke buang ka tsone ke tears of joy. So I'm so happy that I'm able to take care of my mom, to take care of my like everybody who is around me. I'm so happy that people ba around me ba khona hore ba mosebetsi o ngwana ko o etsang ke bona hore mosebetsi o teng ha ya gigging, there's a bouncer, there's a photographer, there's a DJ, there's a manager, there's everything. Ke happy hore ben hona le batho be le hore go khona hore re jeng go fela. So di keletsena tse buang ka tsona is tears of joy ke lebitso la mme wa ka, and I'm trying to paint a picture of a guy that I wish mme wa ka aka ba kopane le na botshimba. So that's why di keledi.
I think that is an even more romantic meaning than every other song you know that's in the movie.
Yeah.
But I want to get into one song. Yeah. I thought like in my mind, I want to get into the topic
Yeah.
It's pop.
Yeah.
A lot of girls like it.
Yeah.
The first time I heard it, give speakers and some more.
Yeah.
Shout out to
A lot of girls.
Yes.
Yeah, they do get the message.
You get them. But I actually have something against it.
Okay.
Don't bother. For real.
Why?
Okay, so personally, you look like it's something that males say a lot when they did things in the deposit.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like for me,
Yeah.
but doing something that you're aware of is being to other person, for me, it's not a mistake. You get the choice.
Okay.
I suppose.
So what I'm gonna say, like a lot of people, like most people might understand and most people might not understand. They could hate me for Fontina.
Okay.
But Ramana, the concept of the common zone. Don't cheat. How can I come on? I advise you and also cheating it we behind. That's how you should save. That's how you're gonna save your relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
Save it how? How will you pay the hand?
How you pay the hands? The level of cheat. Number one, how's our cheating?
Okay.
Moto yana hasn't cheated. What's if you because of all my pay, Masang of Mana.
Okay.
Who better hands of man?
Okay.
So now what's our cheating? How does he address Kappa? How Uto respond to one? Uto Sabawang, Uto react awang to Thabanamahlanya and a piece of look. So that's how you know or hard about it's how so also move man the way Ato address a thing, the way Ato charating what's you. From part of your nagapo, disrespect out of your Jonah to Zona, Mutana or Hataga. But cheating, guys, has always 6 feet under. How am I
Realistically speaking, I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
Again, personally now, like I got to a point where like I was in a relationship, it was doing well, but then he cheated, right?
Okay.
And I'll literally say the first time I stayed.
And I've never cheated. Guys, come on.
I've honestly never cheated my entire life.
Kids, you will go to
I know who it is, but like I have a standard against it. I think cheating is a character flaw.
Okay.
I think it's indicative of a character, this strength of character.
Yeah.
And I believe in the principles I want to So I think I want to hold on to one aspect of making.
Yeah.
That's how the world gets. I'm not gonna get as good as it does.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
that the effect like in another principle. It's that I should have 2 minutes.
Okay.
But anyway, I was explaining how okay, this person cheated, right? And I stayed. But in my mind, I was like, when I was already said, it was actually my first time being cheated on and stayed.
Okay.
Cheated on and finding out. So as I'm staying, I'm realizing, okay, the reason I said, I'm like, okay, I've been in a relationship for like a year and 3 months with this person. And I'm like, if I didn't go, it's a point where going, we can't go keep 5 years as I cheat, but it's what cheat on then I want 7 years, and then for cheat, I leave him because that's my standard.
Yeah.
So I don't want, I can allow and then what's gonna happen? It doesn't make sense. So that's why I say, I'm like, okay, so maybe it's either I want a relationship and companionship.
Yeah.
I have to make the compromise, like, then I have to
You have to compromise. Yeah.
or I'll be alone. Like, if a person cheats, I can't take it. So, I don't know, it's a show.
Yeah.
But anyway, he cheated the second time.
Okay.
And I was like,
That is
this
normal.
will never be me.
No.
This relationship, it's not for me. But there's a part where you know.
Yeah.
I was in limbo. Then thinking, keep out of the out. One little take it so come and back on down, never stay.
Yeah.
It's like a So as a could say that you can reevaluate your perspectives and you decide it's fine.
Yeah.
But come on, go high. And I get it is something.
How you do
Don't
it?
stop.
Mare, azwa, as a. Tsela yo batho ba bontate le ba bomme e se ka je expect o cheat ba. I've always wanted this platform. How ka sha mino kwa holo ke mino marato ne. So I think I have a lot to say. Ka tabana tsa marato and everything. So sibile ke le business ne ke tlo re.
Unotlo ka go bothata.
Oh. I think tabena ya cheat. Bomme ba cheat ka tsele fapane le batho ba bonta. Me a ka o cheata for ba go fosa tsebe le motho ntang.
Ja.
Ntle la go sa tsebe. O hanga.
As in literally she
I'll cheat ebe wena you never find out there's a guy.
Okay.
But motho ntate le go le khwedi it's long wa ga cheat be hafunga.
Okay.
Because tsela e tsheka teng e fapana. So batho me they master I don't have anything against, but they master tabene ya cheat. Hona ho lo gong batho ba ntate ha ba fumana. Ba tlo go be ha botlhoko because o tlo fumana go motho has been cheating on me for na go etelele ene kona ke fumana. But gona go di fela fumana go motho e bile cheating ina na e ntseng ke e maina. Ha ena di emotions go re ke cheating ya bonna fela, you understand? So mahlaka ka o kwisitsang gore ha o falla le sothumana hwana go pula yana ka polo sothumana na dipolo go etsalang unthono o etsamelang o tsole ifumana man. The best way is to adapt with situations.
Okay.
You wanna feel something guys?
What do you think about everything that you just said? Cheating,
A part of me, but a part of me, you feel like he's telling the truth. Because I feel like women cheat get emotions, and men just cheat for the sake of cheating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess getting it, but I think another problem that I want to get he cheated the second time.
Yeah.
I just feel like the problem with not setting a boundary against you, which I know when permission of me.
And again, I bala potso ya hao ka pina ka pina how there's something is a hot of ka pina.
I know it was just that concept. Yeah.
Oh, happy. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, all right.
But anyway, the problem with staying, as in yes, adapt. It's your logical.
Yeah.
It's a realistic response to the current situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like who adapt. Every behavior mukhaitsa. How you never not have a mutu. I got into the
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what the current tradition is in who now, like I'll say young girls, you see that they're in a lot of unhealthy marriages. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And because they tested him, but when like you know, the kind
Yeah.
of that you can think. So I think that's my main problem with it. I think that's why I got chopped when we keep standing to it's like it went like officially I need to make sure that if I say I should be if I'm gonna be alone, if you be prepared, I'll fill my life with other things so meaningful.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, anyway, I think we can move on to our next topic. Okay, that's my favorite song on your EP location.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I really love it. I think Kirata that okay, yes, definitely that's beautiful. But I love that you're versatile.
Yeah.
You can hop on any beat.
Yeah.
When I was you know how I can your name
Yeah,
that whole
the element. Yeah.
But then location, it's nice. And then Manyo, Bobby, like he brought a different element.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bobby for that. Hope we'll have you sometime on the podcast.
Baby, you and I, we've been low-key for a while. I've been trying to visualize. No kibone urifile you and I were meant to be. Oh.
Yeah, so your music. I think I want to move on to got into relationships and just just one random question, yeah. Tell me about one embarrassing experience you had. Like the one thing you embarrassed the most. Go on, Shambazi once.
Let me try to think back.
Okay.
Now I think Hana Hololo independence in enemy. Ay, guys. On my TikTok, there's a video I'm making yoga hati flexible and I get it about how I know how I defend things and everything, but hang out and stuff. So get name is really yoga. So yoga didn't in a base. So hang out. How could it always a hal? How lazy allowed to in a campaign? Yeah, hololo da. So hololo for hololo chicken. There are no trailers. I eating 1 and 2, and I won't at a whole how gaida. So guys, say, hey, come be Yagausi. And I'm like, now, you can lose a garden actually short. And then, how about how to take out the tools? Fumana. Kicking something like 5 minutes ago. How if that hololo? Se o se ipetetsana hona ba le hololo ho paka fela ke bothata kutlo go ena di o paka hona before just staging ya gola ke kene ka toilet bo like ya ke bo ha 6 like the staging on paka yakho that is the most embarrassing. So how later for your toilet o tla mo fete ga batho so di kwetse ka jesi nyana ya ka tlise ma fela. That was the most embarrassing part o tsholla le event.
Okay, 2022 first year university. I attend orientation.
Okay.
I attend orientation. Already, but when since one in a whole, so it's the Val in a lot of Basotho. So now I feel like I come from home, late already. But not late for my classes. I feel late or people already but about the place they know everything. I feel like a map one I'd rather have it on my phone. So since in day now I feel the map I get there. Gate to one is fine. I remember the class in the class and information systems in the class information systems ikenaka 8 it's like a 10. Tell you what, I had classes from 8 to 10, 10 to 12. I didn't even attend a single class because which was G12. And I guess I totally. And I'm that one person who gets boards. And Hans like if it at campus, people are like, "Hi Mahali, nice to see you. Can you please take pictures?" Oh my god. Come on, get lema batana G12. Hi Keshavanako. e se le 10 ke tla mo sheba class e nngwe hape still ntse ke lahleya ntse ke qetile letsatsi o sena light class e le nngwe e ke attendileng so yeah.
Okay, I think what I didn't ask you for now, what course or program do you do at VAR?
Diploma in Information Technology.
Okay, now I just want to know, has the whole most embarrassing moments? What's the worst rumor you've heard about yourself? How can you possibly say this about me?
I think ke rumor ke leng ya hlaya early last year.
Okay.
People used to think okay, my dad and I have a sexual relationship.
What?
Wow.
I'm not even aware of Malaysia. Okay.
You know, so we had this relationship it was like best friend yaka. So I've known him for like he's my dad. So these people I have a sexual relationship with that dog. So I started questioning it. How do we act?
Are you too close to the room?
Definitely.
In that video, yeah, ticketing.
Shit, I
really
remember.
short.
Yeah.
Short. He was like, nah, come sit on top of me.
Yeah.
And it's normal because it's in train.
And I also wanted to point out that it's not abnormal. Like you don't have to question on that. Behavior. I think people who judge it, unfortunately, are people who grew up in households without fathers.
Yeah.
So they actually don't know what a relationship with a male that is not sexual looks like.
And
then hold on, but because you're dead, there's no sexuality. Because they've never been exposed to it. So unfortunately, I don't know. Yeah, so Omali, what's the worst rumor that you've heard about yourself?
Yeah, there's so many. People bare
I think I know it.
I have a lot of relationships I don't know if that makes sense. I have a lot of people that I date because of TV. Hey, so actually, like when I was married, like I used to be married. When I was married, I used to get a lot of pictures from the wife, and then she would ask, who is this? So so actually ho thwe ke motho a busy, that's actually ho thwe ke motho a busy tsena so ha ntso hlalosa o fa batho ntho ba e hloka in life. So I never cared to explain, but actually rumor eo e le hore e sale e faya e le hore nche as a brand you can never always go around explaining and justifying all. Okay, ke busy ka mala because motho mo le mong go mahlala hana tsena motho ka mpona ke na le mahadi na go hloka ofera motho o tlo develop whatever ba tlo develop. So one thing about me, I'm very nice with people. I'm too nice, like too nice. When I take a picture, I can do it for you. So like batho keep busy, and I think it's still going on. Yeah.
Can you say that it's something that affected your marriage?
No, it didn't. Yeah.
Okay, because what I wanted to ask was, there's usually such things where TV shows and
Yeah.
It was one of the girls who sent the woman.
Yeah.
Guys, texting even though it's a lie.
Yeah.
Is that something that is manifesting in reality or you affect in relationship?
I was lucky because I was married to somebody who was somehow in the industry. She was in industry now, modeling. So she understands who about brand. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's very nice that there was a team that understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so the things that you've suffered at people's hands essentially. So I just wanna take it a tad bit deeper. Now, what's the worst betrayal you've ever suffered from a person? Oh no, it's there.
Is there? Hi, one. Can I? I'm trying to think.
Okay.
But I don't think finally betrayal. Okay, there is. I'm not gonna name drop.
That's okay.
But there's a father figure. There's a guy who I used to see as a father figure. I still do. But there was a time, me and my manager, we have a sexual relationship. So I think as I like, I wouldn't mind how it's about to why is Omali too close to manager? Why are these guys too close? You understand? Flat. But from somebody your dad, so I think for me that's the worst betrayal. Yeah, but when I voice out, but I think for me, how betrayal if it yeah.
Okay, can I answer the topic here? Do you think that but what got a little compromises there? Love it's not necessarily why he did it,
Yeah.
but the compromise the relationship is about one as not real. Yes, no, the battle. For the sake of being funny on social media.
Yeah, yo. It's funny because neither you and I just now. Okay, now I would never be close or friends with somebody who do anything for numbers. I would never. I go register. Kore taba tseo le di buileng unaware hore di tlo etsa valo a ka dintsha just for numbers. So now I would never kore le hana tjena I would never be close to somebody that doing anything for numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, so when Mahali what's betrayal yourself?
Well, God, 2023, nikina le
Ona bana ba go tswe ba ona o chitile ne.
2023. Ha re le ba le ga tshwarella ka hlonka mo. So it was not a relationship, but we had something going on. And I'm one person elong hore ha ke le close le wena, ha ke jetse batho belong ke close le bona. Whatever I'm suffering from, I'd rather tell a stranger. So he was like a stranger to me because we did what we did, and then yeah. So I was suffering from depression, and then beke mo jwetsa hore what's happening in my life. And then Nikarata Hikata during those time. So yeah, na going out to people ba motore. So since when le Mahadi le khabana ana le di bandages so ne ke tswa hospitaleng sa Mahali. Yeah. So ha batho ba motore na ke nyameletse kae ho etsalang matsong aka. Ha jwetse batho nnete e leng hore na ke mo jwetse yona. O re ke batla ho ipolela yena. So nahana people know me. So I felt like a company akabe a buile whatever in etsahala bophelong ba ka ele nnete le jwalo ebe batho ba qetella ba tseba nnete ya bophelo ba ka rather than lying ha ka tla shano le nifitela tla sekolong ebe nna ke fetantse to o le motleje o batla ipulela mshanyana. So yeah,
but again it still ties back to the of we just yeah let's just for numbers specifically but for cloud
for cloud
but I think I think one thing in Karin, yes, it's not okay. Which he's had cloud copy and talk about it compromise and so it even compromise na motara.
Yeah.
I think one thing we also need to acknowledge is pressure to show up only something with I'll say on social media in the streets.
Yes.
So I think people cave into that pressure. I'm not condoning it or saying it's okay, but it's a backing reason I would say no matter how big you have to have guiding principles.
There's one thing that I've realized. Elo nna che ke yona ntwentse ho isa up until mona makelente bana ha le ka pela crowd kapo wherever spaces how focus on the positive. How about you on stage hona le batho ba ga go hype into whatever you're doing but batho bana fa batho bana energy e hlokala. Don't focus on these 98 people ba senda ba ntse ba iketsa ba ka bona ntse perform because eventually when I'm talking influencer, and stuff. Focus on but so however moto you have 10 followers. Why else has 10 followers? Like why else has the way of money but 10 figure. Why do you have to follow that? And guys, I don't understand. Like do you guys get paid out and followers?
No. Yes.
Yes, and no, at the same time.
Listen to me.
Yeah. Not money. Social currency. There are different ways to measure status.
money na ke batla
O patela
rent mo dilang o reke Wi-Fi.
I go to monetization.
Hayo.
South Africa.
My point is
But until I give one security,
no now you are done o patela rent.
Most of us are for having many followers.
Hape le di followers tsa bona ha ba so le di followers tsa bona ha ba so tsebe hore na ha ke na di followers tse ngata I make money out of those followers.
Most of us can only the tool, but how can say how to monetize whatever we have.
Yeah.
Blind. Like there are so many people banally the platforms are more. There are so many people banally so much, but how can already monetize like how do I put idea na ka ke yetso go yetse tshele. Yeah.
Can I hold topic again? I agree with you, Nick.
Yeah.
The one more that people who may have in positions of power have resources but they don't keep them. But in that personally,
yeah.
I came to this conclusion. I'm on my own.
Yeah.
And there's no one who's here to save me. And there's no one who's obligated to help me.
Yeah.
And the way in which that has helped me, a lot of, like, let's say just starting this podcast, I can necessarily my own show. Next time, I was podcast specifically.
Yeah.
In 2022, I had a gig with LTV where I was one of their presenters for the show that they had. And you know, it's formal.
Yeah. I guess it's so true. Gallo.
I was like, this is not me. And you know, even how one of the way things are done in terms of logistics and the back end. I want to do things different, but I didn't for a long time because I'm like, I don't have resources. And on top of not having my own personal resources, I don't know people who have resources rather than mine yet.
Yeah.
In turn out, it's our mama must put on their mama. So I'm like, show me who will put me on.
Yeah.
Understand? So I feel like that's student the work me started. Because the 2024, more than 2022.
Yeah.
I still believe that time because I grew mentally. Like I needed that time, but point in as much as we say people gatekeep, which they do, I just think at the end of the day, is also so
yeah.
And if you need to make something happen, make it happen. Because I think one thing I realized is who put on, don't realize, well, sometimes people put you on because they see value. But for them to see value, you have to offer value.
Can I ask you something? Do you ever reach out to body podcast? Like, do you ever do favors? Do you ever talk? Okay.
Yes. DJ Alego invited me to his podcast once.
Okay.
We do some TV. Like people that
okay.
And
nice.
Shout out to Alego because of the about you, like I'm there, whatever you need, we're here to put this together. So
I'm like, I feel like how whole like even but we need each other and until the whole of this country. We always want to compete. That's our problem.
Okay, Kenana, what I meant. People are not obliged.
Yeah. About choosing.
Is the people that even check out some issue of a but how much how to see?
Yeah.
If you get bottom line.
How to see.
But get yourself hard and at the end of the day, keep grind. Keep your head down, grind. I'll choose how about this your grind? Now that's my perspective. That's like getting imagine the podcast exists, it's collaborative effort.
Yeah.
It's people are helping me out and I'm trying to do my part in their project, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, how is you? It's a belati. I had them until talking now. Why am I again? Because people don't even treat you fair.
Yeah.
Right? There's not much I can get out of this person or whatever. So if I dwell on that, you go like and I didn't have motion forward. So what's again? How much other them choose? I'll definitely accept that. I'll definitely try and collaborate with people. That is always the mandate.
Yeah.
But how is you? So kita push.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. So we're now inside in Delicacy Treats, and like I've told you guys, it's a restaurant that specializes in seafood. So we're gonna have some prawns, we're gonna have some mussels, yeah. So we're gonna have some trout cups. Basically. So we have some deep fried prawns, we have onion rings, the creamy prawn, the creamy mussels, and then here we have trout cups. So the trout cups, they're basically made of seaweed, and there's also like sushi rice in here, yona trout. It's actually a dish that was, designed by Delicacy Treats by yona from the beginning. And here we have some grilled Parmesan mussels. So there is so much going on here. Like there is so much diversity to seafood, and we want you guys to get to experience that through us. And then hopefully one of these times we also have some salmon rolls, prawn tempura. So basically the trout cups, the prawn tempura, and the salmon rolls are our sushi. So sushi raw, cooked, and the salmon rolls gonna sushi raw, and then everything else is basically fried sushi, and then also the trout cups. So yeah, Omali, Mahali, I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
You said this is your first time, right?
This is my first time. Kiza. It was very. When I'm talking about Galizing, I breakfast So I can now. But I don't know. This is my first time.
Okay.
But can you bully fella?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's like what I want us to try the same thing at the same time so that we're all
Everything.
able. No, not everything at that. Like basically, like
Same thing
Oh, you're gonna have to try it. You're gonna have to try it. Ne. So you like in Gadimasi, Lilians on in the shells or when I get it. So you can get it as a fapaning, get it as other Parmesan, grilled Parmesan mussels, and these are the creamy ones. So you got a link here the massive foundation here so that we're able to all try them.
Just in case.
I'm only
Just in case. Abala ho finya no. Ntse ilo di thawo di fapane.
Can get a bit of hana. The betty fair, on let's say it's in grilled Parmesan, mussels, it's a cream. So the betty fair, so you get a cloud compare on touch one good out if I feel.
Yeah, they don't find keep a honey.
Okay, we're good, ne?
You phone to
Before. Okay. So actually, now I'm gonna dig in. Get all grilled, these mussels. So yeah, go cook.
Which one did you have? Hang on, Baba. Okay. So far, so good.
No, they're definitely tasty.
Yeah.
So far.
What I like is in the grilled ones. They're not the creamy ones, but they're not dry. They're still very creamy. So yeah, I'm gonna try the creamy mussels now.
What's that? I get them hot. How will you go towards?
I like it a little bit, honestly. So I like the sweetness to the grilled ones. But then as the creamy, there's like that garlicky onion thing. So I think it comes with the sauce. So yeah, so far so good.
Well,
what do you guys think?
This is my first time. I didn't know what.
Massive.
Yeah, massive. Very nice. Ganiti Ganija.
Okay.
You want to take it on shore. You're sure.
But how you liking them?
Well, I prefer those ones.
Eating the creamy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, they're definitely juicier.
This one's in my face.
Here's really fun.
Usually.
And this one, I'd give it 8 out of 10.
Okay. But your favorite is the quinoa.
So this is the actual shell. Okay.
I
How that really shall you have it with a longer
you don't eat the shell, basically.
Yeah, actually we don't eat it. But that's oh.
So yeah, I think now I wanna move on to the sushi, like from the get go. So it's all the sushi dish the taro basically. When I'm get sushi go fair.
Okay.
So about mahali, okay, like a dish up for you guys. The trout cups in can huluna. Evelina it's a fried in the prawn tempura, the can in the salmon rolls. Konena fela.
I've tried that pink one. Yeah.
And it's also
I'm hoping that's
this is a different restaurant. How about you know?
I've tried it away, and one thing I like about this the sound of like so my expectation today was they should taste that way.
Yeah. Yeah, need to on that side plate. Yeah, the rosette shang.
This
So that's the prawn tempura. Sushi all at once, so you can just say, you prefer. So like I said before, sushi ikaba raw kapo epiwing. So now it's
so I'm not going to roll a pew.
or when it's a salmon roll. Yoni raw.
No. Which one is wrong?
and then what's left?
That's it for this section. So let me just take this and check you guys when they got in the plastic.
I think I need to pay for this one. Especially in your
So yeah, like I said, this here is the salmon rolls. So look at the salmon rolling. And then this is the trout cup. Even from there, in a prawn tempura. So yeah, this is the prawn tempura.
Forget my fiance.
So it's a bit. Where's the soy sauce?
Now this is which one I want? It's nice. This is far different from the one I tasted.
It's nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
Okay. Then I'm glad you like it. So you know, the salmon roll or fish and a salmon. And then there's like the sushi rice. Please try it with the sauce. We're gonna papangi thing without the sauce and with.
Okay. I think it's nicer with the sauce.
Okay. We prefer another if Friday limwe.
No, to be honest. It's nice, hagi sauce. But but it's nice. For people that are raw fish.
I guess like, is it the sauce, but there's a smoky flavor.
Like so far is nicer with the sauce.
Okay.
It's more nice. Guys, even if I don't wrong.
This.
So, when I'm going to something. So, how is it going to taste that? I had to cancel the order.
We can't love also if you
Yeah. I cancel go back. Then I can think it's but it go back. You price. Because we easily chips. So, how not that was a banjo, Marana, you go choose. So, Mona was paying. Wait, you're holding.
Which one? That's the trout cup. I believe by design it's on.
It's actually
a dish that is special or indigenous.
So this one by
you won't find it anywhere else.
Wow.
This is way too nice.
Yeah.
But I think I like best yani.
Ero. Okay.
Yeah, it's nicer. Okay, that's not eating that.
Okay.
With mine. So it's nice, and I think now I have a different opinion on sushi. Because the first time I had sushi, I promised myself I would never have sushi again. because ini hai ke tseng e ka pizza ke ka la pizza ke ne ke di 18 so when it that was in 2011 sana so makana I get down just pizza the first thing that's when I said I would never have pizza whatever you can pizza
Around.
yeah
I see the olive.
I don't know
Maybe. Cutter.
let me
Can
fix
you
my
please
mic
help him?
yeah but I think I have it covered
Oh, how can you do it?
I think I have it covered yeah
Okay.
yeah
Okay.
I think yeah it's so fun now
Can we write down?
no what I've learned so it's very nice
Okay. So it's also guess what sauce, but primarily it's actually called teriyaki sauce. That's a special name. It it's so
I don't know wasabi. Wasabi.
That way you can try it from here. Is it?
So we've tried the sushi, right?
Yeah.
The prawn and everything fried. I do fried prawns, creamy prawns, and then fish sticks.
Yeah.
The onion ring. So when it's fried stuff plus the creamy prawns. So let's just try everything on that side, and that'll be everything on the dish. And then you guys can have these two sauces and just try whichever one you like. Then just give each other the size, and then I'll give it to you guys.
At this point, I think I need this.
Seafood ke tla mona mo ne ke je le masata sona
Ka di 18 le teng go compensation guys.
ke di tseng
I'm a much baby.
So that's why I can go to a lot of places. If we have to go to place in town,
Yeah, like,
that have great.
I didn't know Honolulu.
Exactly.
And I think so far I love everything I've tried. I have a sushi.
ma ka di jella hai di ka boletse
Uji ka tsone.
yeah
Go go nyeke le mona ya. Hana tsena ke senya lo go. Ba tlo njala papa. Ba tlo njala.
But no, that's how it is.
You can't even use fucking order. Concept yeah fucking knife. Hasa wana watu. And we are forcing it. I cannot wait for that thing you can. What is it? No,
What?
when I okay, what is it?
This.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, what is it?
hana di khone ka sutukeng la khala
I've never tried that with Maga.
ana tsona sutuwa
Even at that point, are actually the most common seafood.
My first time, it will try it, and I cannot wait to try that.
Okay.
But they look nice, and I think I want to pure interesting. Can I give me pressure? One of pure, you know, I'm not really okay. I'm hoping I didn't go quickly up.
Okay.
But they look nice, like pets, and come on, I saw what they yeah. I've tried everything. So I want to give that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can try them with these sauces. So this one give the smoky mayo sauce.
and I think really saucy, you know.
Then try them without coconut and then you can just try sauce in.
I dig in Amazon.
Okay.
One thing I'm not waiting for get knife.
So basically, prawn is like, this is the first time you're trying prawns.
Yeah.
What you want
Then I'm
to so tla go le mahlo a le tloela o tla ka nkena mo e kang hona le nama.
Okay.
Wa bona. This part na mahlo you can just break it off. Usually it is not that much meat.
Okay.
Wa bona. Ebe ene setseng wa e bolo. O ja ka hare.
Oh.
O le ke we bula.
I just eat the whole thing.
How is the whole thing?
I love that shot.
Try it.
Yeah. Oh, then no one has to wish a pool. Here. Now, this is the most challenging part. Yeah, the whole training and one can see. This is nice. You look amazing. Okay. I can see it.
So I can say look at the creamy ones. Wa bona. There's also then it's fried. So that's a fried one since it's good.
Okay. This is nice.
So now moving on to the fried prawns.
It's scary. But I wish I could enjoy the chilling of it. Go down to Mulung like you how not it's nice, and with the sauce, I think you can sustain it.
Imagine how much sauce.
How are you liking them so far, Mahali?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, no, it's right. You just had Delicacy Treats.
Now I'm on to dinner. Which did you want?
The only prawn did fried.
Fried. Okay. Without the salt, it's nice.
With the sauce.
I'm trying to. If the sauce is way too nice.
Yeah.
And I think the other than the fried.
Okay.
And it's nice about it. I think in Yanyana when you look at people. Which one I love? I like these ones.
Bueno, o ja fail on no foka o.
I think so far the like us something sushi.
Ya ne ro.
Yeah, raw. So far.
Can I do prawns?
Prawns. I know you like the sushi and it's nice. And then when I get on it.
The onion cream.
Okay?
Onion cream.
Onion drinks. Okay, come with your onion. Angela.
You go to if la mphofu le mahileng ntse ntse tsang the coating ya bona ntse le
And I'm onion is a very shady.
the fish sticks in back tsona ke tlhapi feng ene
This
ka
one I
ha.
enjoy. This one. I think the fried ones, the prawns, liani. But this is good food. I think it's healthy.
What did you try some?
That's actually you should have a lot of practice your African knife because you cannot mess yourself like this. You cannot come here and mess yourself. Oh wow.
This one is
I guess I was some Panagaman. I was a little feeling that. You cannot have those scraps.
Honestly, I guess you can have anything that you want that was your favorite or you really enjoyed.
Also salad.
Also the salad. Give fish sticks ma it's on like a tlhapi feng ene ka hare.
I really don't like them.
Okay.
This is nice, guys. I hate the fact that all of them all what I know. Yeah, so you have to found.
Masha.
It's a man on number.
What kind of fish sticks?
I'm okay.
What?
I'm not getting
Fish sticks.
What's that?
I give it to you.
Hey, I've tried everything. I'm high. I've tried that. I've tried that. I've tried that.
Re tlameha ho e leka.
Now I'm trying that one.
O ne setsa haholo mos.
Aye.
E leke hape e tshela hantle.
Okay. Now I understand why Botwale. No, why Botwale be able to also this is bitter. Very bitter.
I think that is it, guys. We've tried. So I know, man, you said your favorite was the sushi, the raw sushi.
So far, the raw sushi.
Okay, so the raw sushi is basically the salmon ball. Look at the fish that's inside. It's salmon.
Okay.
I think, like we said, with the sauce, but it also said that the sauces are really, really good.
Yeah.
So now I'm glad you liked sushi happen and you actually liked it this time.
I have a different perspective.
Yeah. Hey, that's like we're always going to the same places. We're not trying different places. And I got there actually places around town that are way, way better than some of the places that we know. So that's the point of this restaurant tour, just to showcase some of Basotho-owned restaurants that are actually doing amazing and well. Like I said, Delicacy Treats fumaneha Maseru East, not too far from Basotho-owned. It is a beautiful place, guys. It is beautiful. And actually, the owner was actually an accountant by profession. She didn't study culinary arts. She just has a passion for food, and who created it. She didn't even go to school for it. So I think it's a great demonstration of her passion.
This is very nice.
Yeah.
Take away.
But
Was all that comfortably?
Take away.
Okay, Mike, what was your favorite dish before we close off this episode?
The mussels and the prawns.
Okay, which mussels? The Parmesan ones, the grilled, take up with the creamy mussels.
The creamy mussels.
Okay.
Which one is it?
That's another the shell.
Oh! I think it's only enjoy the fellow you but there was a last one that I tried, which is a bit if I have a different cut history, it's anything.
Okay.
I feel like battling.
Give
Yeah, go on.
It's super.
I think the smallest part for the eating.
It's this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. And I guess I'll see you around. And that is it, guys. This is the first episode of our very second season, the Unboxed and Unfiltered Restaurant Tour. I hope you guys are ready for what we have in store for you. If you're a restaurant owner and you'd like us to make a stop at your restaurant, please do hit us up in the comment section, or you can talk to me directly. My numbers are 63184674. I'll repeat them for our listeners on radio. 63184674. Remember to follow us and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We are at Unboxed Unfiltered on all social media platforms. We are available on Facebook and on TikTok and YouTube. Remember, this is the journey to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So let's make it happen. Maybe Facebook aim for 20 or at 18K right now, and we're shooting straight to 30. By the end of this year on Facebook, we have to have 100K subscribers. I know that you guys can make it happen. So let's build the family. And as always, I'm your host, Mahlodi Macheta. It is bye for now.